Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 2-1 win in the Premiership against Aberdeen tonight. Drama at the end, but we got the 3 points. We'll get into it obviously, but that was a bit heart-stopping at the end. Certainly blood pressure medication will need to be taken after that one, but a very, very vital 3 points indeed. Obviously Celtic play tomorrow night, but on the back of the weekend, obviously with Aberdeen taking a couple of points off Celtic, had to be their next games against us. You know how Aberdeen normally play against us. In fairness, they did play against Celtic and they were unlucky not to get all 3 points, but tonight they never really got going, and I think that was all down to ourselves because we were relentless from minute one, but we will get into that. We made 4 changes from the Livingston game at the weekend. We lined up Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Suter, Ridvan, Lundstrom, Lawrence, Cantwell, Matondo, McCausland and Dessers. On the subs bench were McCrory, Silva, Cortez, Sterling, Wright, Barisic, King, Raskin and Diomande. So the first half, footballing wise, in large parts, some of the best football I think we've played all season. Very quick, incisive, not always coming off, but we were trying things and we were winning the ball back straight away, and the possession stats were in the high 70s if not low 80s into the end of the first half there. 5th minute straight away, a lovely move working the ball from midfield into the box on the left, ending in Cantwell trying a cut-back pass that was intercepted. Some really nice one-touch play, and that was a feature of the game throughout. We were trying a lot of different things, very quick, very one-touch triangle football. It was really good to see, and we got the goal on the 7th minute with Matondo scoring. It all started from Matondo in midfield, being alert, robbing the ball off the midfielder. He passed to Cantwell, who plays a cross to the right to McCausland, who takes it inwards. The defender slips, McCausland hits a shot, the keeper saves, spills to Matondo, who gets the rebound in with a tight angle. He still had a lot to do, so it wasn't just a tap in. Spilled by the keeper. It was a decent save, maybe not from a great shot, but it was certainly a decent save, and just Matondo brilliant there. 15th minute, there was a half claim for a penalty for us. The corner in from the right, bounced off the ground and off the elbow of the defender. No VAR checks, correct decision. 19th minute, there was a shot by Aberdeen at the near post on the left, a comfortable take for Butland. I think that was the first shot of the game. 30th minute, a lovely sweeping move ending in Tav hitting it wide. 38th minute, a stunning ball down the left from Cantwell to Matondo, who gets the ball, cuts it in, delays, and when he finally hits it, it was blocked just in time. Very, very similar to Dessers' chance against Celtic, where he just delayed it far too much. Very similar angle and chance, that one there. 42nd minute, a ball knocked up to Dessers in the box with his back to goal, who knocks it down for Matondo, who has a shot, and it was saved by the keeper. A really decent effort and a nice worked move that front, especially from Dessers. 44th minute, ball on the deck on the left to Ridvan, who plays a first time cross to Dessers, who ends up with a shot, but it went well wide. A bit poor from Dessers that there, he sclaffed it. And then from absolute nowhere, Aberdeen draw level, and none other than Miovski, who scored on the 45th minute. Long ball over the top of our defence. Goldson running back with Miovski. Considering how big Goldson is, he got completely out-muscled and Miovski tapped it in the net. How many more times are we going to see this from Goldson? The same type of goal. I mean, Goldson has a lot of good parts to his game. However, this is now the 4th manager, the same type of goals with the long ball over the top, he has not been able to deal with. And this is why I've never been a huge fan of Goldson, because he just doesn't learn. And yes, he's maybe the best defender we've got, but that's not saying a lot when for a lot of last season when he was out, your replacements were Lundstrom and the youngster Leon King. I think that's a position that we really, really need to look at in the summer, because once again, this game was on that decision there for a large part of it. So into half time, a bit deflated from that, but there was a lot of positives. Aberdeen were sitting back a hell of a lot, but we were forcing them back, and they were playing with pretty much 8-9 people in the box a large part of the time. Into the second half though, no substitutions. Aberdeen did come out a wee bit stronger than they did before. We weren't getting a lot of the ball. 47th minute, there was a corner from Aberdeen on the left, flicked on and cleared at the back post by Lundstrom. It was quite dangerous, that one there. 49th minute, lovely hold up by Dessers, who passes to Cantwell, who feeds him a great ball into the box. He tries to shoot, but he sclaffed it wide and he was put off by the defender. A bit poor that there, but it was great hold up play. This is part of the problem with it. He has a great off the ball play, the great hold up play, but just the final ball with the Dessers, it's a strange one. 51st minute, nice move ending in the shot, blasted well over the bar by Tavernier. 54th minute, Matondo with a shot after a good move but saved by the keeper, rebounded out, and we had another shot saved by the keeper again. It may have been offside from the first shot in any case though. We're starting to get on top at this point. Matondo and Dessers was substituted off in the 56th minute, Silva and Cortez on. 63rd minute, a lot of pressure ending in a cross from the left and a glancing header backwards by Silva just wide of the post. 66th minute, a corner from the right, not cleared. Lawrence with a shot, blocked by the defender, rebounds back out to Lawrence, who has another shot which is blocked by the keeper's legs and then cleared. It was getting to the stage where we're thinking we're having a lot of pressure here, the clear cut chances are few and far between, and when we're getting them it's just not sitting for us, and you kind of thought, is it going to be our night? And at this point, you're kind of, when you're doing podcasts, you kind of start to think about what are you going to say, and to be honest, I couldn't really fault the team at this point, apart from obviously getting a wee bit more clear-cut chances, which is the name of the game. So the endeavour was there, the work was there, we just couldn't find that final ball, which was disappointing obviously, but I couldn't fault the team for their effort tonight up until that point. 69th minute, Aberdeen had a shot over the bar, and we finally get the breakthrough on the 72nd minute, and it was Cantwell that scored. Silva picks up the ball in the middle near the Aberdeen box. It was a strong challenge by the defender. Silva loses the ball, it breaks to Lawrence, who is an absolute thunder bastard from 25 yards, forcing the keeper into a good save, but he spilled it. Cantwell ends up getting the jump on the defender, and he latches onto the ball and shoots the rebound into the back of net. Just absolutely brilliant at that point. Made a couple of changes. 74th minute, Lawrence off, Sterling on. 85th minute, Cantwell off and Diomande on. 87th minute, a quick break by Aberdeen down the left. They get a cross in on the deck. Miovski tries a back heel flick, but no power on it there. And then, moment of controversy. 88th minute, a straight red for Sterling. He put a challenge in. He kind of half pulled out of it. It wasn't high at all. His foot did connect with the top of his toe, of the Aberdeen player's toe. The Aberdeen player made a meal of it. The referee couldn't wait to get his red card out and gives him a straight red card. There was a long VAR check. He went to the screen, which basically, that's VAR telling him, you better go and check this out. There's maybe been an error here. And he still ends up sending him off. Absolutely inexplicable. I mean, there's a few things here. The fact that there was a good few challenges that the referee didn't bother giving yellow cards for. The referee, when he did give yellow cards, he was slow and meandering to do it. And this, as quick as you like, he got the straight red card out. He's been told there's a potential error here in his decision making, and he still sends him off. I mean, there was no way that was a red card. It wasn't high, it wasn't out of control, it wasn't dangerous. Did he connect with his toe? Absolutely. But it wasn't at all dangerous. So, on the back of that, inexplicably, 8 minutes of injury time. I do not know where they got that from. And you could see Clement was absolutely raging at both these decisions here, just absolutely inexplicable from the referee. Once again, you know, this Masonic referee conspiracy at work once again. We'll see what happens though, because it means it's a straight red card. You'll miss the Ayr United game. We'll look into probably appealing it, because there's no way that was a red card. But we'll see what happens anyway. Nervy moments in the last 9 minutes. 91st minute, a shot by Aberdeen and a good block by Butland, and then a bit of a scrum, and it was eventually flagged for a foul. And then this is what's really annoying, is Duke had just been given a yellow card. He puts in another bad challenge by pulling someone back. No second yellow card. And then on the 92nd minute, pretty much the exact same tackle on Silva as what had happened with Sterling minutes beforehand, and only a yellow card given. Where do you go with that? Unbelievable. But the game finally ended and we got the 3 points in the end, so delighted with that. It was a banana skin fixture potentially, and obviously Aberdeen have been a bit of a bogey team for us this season, so we got through that just about unscathed there. So Celtic play tomorrow night. They're playing against Hibs. You never know what's going to happen. You know, they're dropping points of late obviously, so it's one of these things you need to keep an eye out on their results, and yes, deal with our games first, but always keep an eye out on their results. This game though lines us up into the next fixture, which I believe is on Saturday. It's a 5:30 kick-off against Ayr United in the Cup. You know, Scott Brown managing Ayr United, and Willie Collum has just been announced as the referee there, so that's not going to be a controversial game in any way, shape or form, is it? But we'll see what happens anyway. Dave and I will be back doing our main podcast on Friday though, so hopefully we'll have that out in the wee hours of Saturday morning, if not early on Saturday before the game, before you all travel. So all that's left to say is thanks for listening and goodbye.